and welcome to this episode of the We Smell Good podcast. Today is our comeback episode because we have been on hiatus for probably 3 or 4 weeks now because we were in the trenches getting ready for Anime Expo. So good news though is this episode is going to be all about our experience at Anime Expo, as it was literally this last weekend. And we have a lot to say, right?
Yeah, we missed like 2 episodes, right?
We missed 3.
3, oh my god. So yeah, there's so much to yap about, and we constantly make it harder on ourselves. We just finished watching Superman 2, so there's just so much to talk about. We got to start somewhere though.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about Superman today because literally...
I'm just saying, like, we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Not that we're talking about Superman.
Dude, we have so much to talk about in terms of Anime Expo. Like,
you're jumping right into Anime Expo, and there's still a lot of prep work that we did in like the first week that we missed that we need to talk about as well.
No, definitely. Like, trust me, I'm not jumping into anything right now. I'm literally just telling them, like, you know, we have so much to say about just Anime Expo, but like, what we also have a lot to say about is literally
everything in general.
The weeks leading up to it. Like, oh my god, we were gone for a reason. Let me just say that. There's no way we could have juggled the podcast and all the cosplay prep we did at the same time. So I'm really glad that we picked the cosplays over the podcast in the moment, because we did get a lot of really good feedback on the cosplays and they were really successful. But holy crap, guys, they were so much work.
It came with the cost, of course. I remember the week leading up to Anime Expo. Not only was I trying really hard to help you with your cosplays, and you work remote, so this is a little easier for you, but I work like at a restaurant job, so I had to like go and clock in like after working 5 hours on that stupid prop gun. So this is the first Anime Expo I walked into so fucking tired.
Yeah, that's okay. You're totally right about that. Is we like pulled up tired.
Yeah,
like
and then of course you have like the Anime Expo jitters, so it's hard to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. Oh man, everything leading up to it was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, like so I had 3 cosplays planned, technically 4 because he was also one of the cosplays. So 3 for me, 1 for him, and literally leading up to these cosplays, I gave us 2 weeks, which if you saw the cosplays we did is absolutely fucking insane to do. I should have started on these like 2 months in advance.
I'm pretty sure when we started this podcast, we're like, we're going to get ahead of it this year. We're not going to wait till the very end and look where we are.
That's probably... No, I'm pretty sure we were like panicking on the pod and being like, dog, we have so much to do.
We haven't even started. What are we doing?
Yeah. Hopefully...
The expo is like in 2 weeks.
Hopefully...
And we haven't even touched anything.
No, but seriously, next year we're not doing that shit again. And I'm hoping that this clip ages well, because I can't do that again. Like, I swear to God, those 2 weeks leading up to Anime Expo, the cosplay prep, that shit gave me gray hair. Like...
I still feel tired. How do you feel?
I was really tired yesterday. Like, I genuinely felt like I was going all week. Like, I was riding the high because I had a lot of content filmed and everything that I was like, posting for TikTok and whatnot. But then Saturday hit and I was just like, oh, dude, a Saturday? Like, I don't have to like work. And I like spent all this week, like, prepping all this content in advance. Like, I could get ahead right now, or I could sleep. And I slept good, which I felt bad because you worked a double. I'm sorry. I'm so bad.
I gotta replenish the funds. We definitely spend a lot of money.
Oh my God. We spent a lot of money. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, we didn't even spend that much. But by our standards, compared to what we spent last year, we didn't spend as much, right?
Not as much, no.
Yeah. Still a lot, though.
We're adjusting for the inflation and the economy.
Honestly, by inflation standards, we came in under budget. Period. Like, I ain't mad at that. I'm really lucky. Well, we're really lucky because literally in between the 2 weeks leading up to Anime Expo, I ended up getting a bonus from work for like hitting a goal or whatever. And I had no idea that was even coming. So I got a bonus from work. And then I got $100 gift card was it a 50 or 100? I think it was a $50 Amazon gift card from my coworkers. I can't remember why.
For being married, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. So I got, pause. I I think I got like 2 for some reason. I can't remember why I got the second one, but I told my coworkers that we got married finally. Even though we've been married for a while, but I finally told them, like I never told them that. And they gave me $100 Amazon gift card as like a congratulations. So that money plus the bonus went into, sorry, Yoshi's licking herself, went into funding our cosplays. So luckily that helped money wise. It was funny because like prior I was like, we're gonna keep the cosplays low budget this year.
Well,
did that happen?
Not really. I kept seeing you order more and more stuff from Amazon, and I'm like, what happened to the low budget cosplays?
Luckily, I didn't buy everything. Like I already had one of the wigs. I already had a couple wigs that I used for this project. So, you know, the Yoko wig, for example, I borrowed that from my sister. I had like wefts of red hair already from like, you know, those like pigtail ones you can buy from Amazon. Like, so I didn't spend as much as I could have. So
what is like...
And I DIY'd a lot. I DIY'd so much. Honestly, the money came from like DIYing.
Like
everything.
the wigs, how much do they go for?
Wigs are like $20, maybe $10 to $20 a pop.
So you save $10 a pop. Okay, it's not like a big save.
In this economy.
I've seen you like order like industrial glue, and you know, you go to Home Depot and buy all the material, and I'm like, that costs more than $20.
Yeah.
You spend a lot on your DIY, whatever.
Yeah. I will say, if you're looking to buy spray paint for your cosplays, it's cheaper at Home Depot than it is at Michael's. I figured that out. Also, sometimes glue can be cheaper at Michael's than it is at Amazon. But Michael's always usually has like a 20 or 30% off coupon going on. So you have to make sure that you go to the website and use that, and then it becomes cheaper. But yeah, it was mostly just materials, but I do have a lot of the materials as well because I've been cosplaying for almost a decade now. But it was just like replenishing some of the materials.
Also, if you're like married to like a Mexican, and
where are you going with this?
And he tells you like, oh, I don't know, I've never built a prop before. Like, I don't think I can do it. No, they can. They just don't know it. like as I was building it, I'm like, have you ever seen that episode from South Park with Token? It's like
the playing bass.
The bass part. Be as mad as you want. Just give me a goddamn bass. And he's doing it, and he's like, God damn it. Dude, that's literally me.
Literally how it
working
went.
with PC pipe and, you know, cardboard and all this stuff, cutting and
EVA foam. Oh my god, that's exactly verbatim how it went down.
That was my first prop. And as I finished, I'm like, shit, I built that? Fuck, okay, whoa.
No, that shit is so funny because you're totally right. Because at one point I was like deep in like making the wigs, right? For this cosplay, and Brando was like, "How can I help you?" Like, right? Because obviously I'm stressing, and deep down in my mind, I knew that I was not going to be able to get to this prop gun, and like, you know, I could have probably built it myself, but I just didn't have time. We had 2 weeks. I was already working on 3 freaking helmet wigs, like, you know, I was sewing some pieces. Like, I just did not have time to work on this prop. So literally I told Brando, I was like, I need you to like pull a rabbit out of a hat right now, and I need you to fucking take this prop gun on, and you need to be the one to make this happen.
I'll say 2 things. When you first proposed the idea to me, I wanted to just do a cop out, buy like a Nerf rifle, like that one cosplayer we saw over there. I had that exact idea, the exact model, and just extending the barrel, calling it a day. But you were like, nah.
It was a very...
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Let me finish. No, build it from scratch. We're going PC pipes. We're going from this one TikTok that you saw. And I swear, I would have finished this a lot sooner had you not kept like using your ideas, because we kept butting heads. You kept telling me, do it this way, but then I would notice how if I did it that way, it would just take longer, kind of like, right? Towards the end of me building this gun, I realized how much time I've wasted just listening to you. I should have just stuck to my Mexican constructing instincts, and I would have figured it out.
Stop.
I remember multiple times too when I was building it, I actually did like ask you for your help, like, what do you think I should do here? And just so I can like, you know, I don't know, like process the whole thing. And
get a second opinion.
As you were talking, it was like an internal instinct. I was like, no, that's dumb. This is how you do it. And I'm like, where'd that come from?
You know what? Like, I'm glad you mentioned that part because you're like, oh my God, I shouldn't have listened to you, bro. You asked me for advice and like a second opinion multiple times. So I don't know what the fuck you wanted me to do. Should I just have said, fuck you, figure it out? Like,
you did multiple times. You did. Don't get around that one. I remember multiple times I was like getting fed up. I was like, this sucks. And you were just like, figure it out. I'm like, oh.
But that's okay.
Did I? Yes.
Any real ass cosplayer knows who's ever built anything. Like, sometimes you just need to fucking figure it out. Like, there's nobody, especially before TikTok, by the way, there was nobody to ask. There was maybe a YouTube tutorial. Maybe. Like, otherwise, you just had to fucking try shit and figure it out. Like, that's literally what it came down to at the end of the day before TikTok. So I very much was just like, bro, that plus the fact that I was working on like multiple helmet wigs and like fucking covered in glue and hair and wefts, I was like, dog, I need you just to figure it out. Like, I don't have time to help you. Like, I just need this shit done, please. Like, you know, and he fucking came through. Oh, by the way, hold on.
If you saw the TikToks, if you saw the posts, you can see that I figured it out.
Let's give some context here.
Yeah.
We're talking about a prop gun for a cosplay for Yoko Littner from Gurren Lagann. So if you've ever seen Gurren Lagann, you know that she has that giant ass fucking sniper rifle, right? Like, it's literally the size of her body. So this shit was big, okay? This is not some tiny little prop gun. This was literally the size of me. Actually, it was taller than me.
Yeah. We didn't talk about the prop at all. It is a big sniper rifle.
It's
like,
a big sniper
honestly,
rifle. And wait, pause.
Most people start with like a small prop.
Yeah.
We went big.
We went big right away because we're fucking crazy. No, one thing I want to note too is the fact that the only thing we had to like go off of was pictures on the internet of, you know, Yoko from the anime, a TikTok video tutorial of a girl making this exact prop who was 10 times more experienced than us and had like, I'm pretty sure, a 3D printing machine. And then also a Etsy like $5 printout that had like 10 pages that we had to like place on the floor and tape together and then cut out to the exact, like, cut out the outline so we could see like the scale, but it was just a 2D model. It was not a 3D model to tell you how to build it. Like, it literally was just a 2D model that we then had to somehow turn into 3D based off of pictures in this one girl's TikTok.
We also had to buy the material too.
And we had to buy the materials. And god damn it, we did it. He did it, honestly, not we, he. All I did, by the way, like, was paint the weapon. That is it. I just painted this shit.
Gave it the details. You, I think you used some type of filler to fill in some cracks.
Oh yeah, I used oh god, what's it called? The stuff that you use for drywall. To fill in the cracks, and I did that all by hand, by the way, because I was tried with the scraper, but the scraper was just too big and it was taking too long, and the stuff was drying too quick. So I was like, fuck it. And I went in with my hand and I sanded down the whole thing after it fucking dried, and then I spray painted everything. So, but him, listen, I did 10%. He did the big one, 90%. He literally put this shit together. Like, the fact that he did this on his first try, like you said, maybe it's your Mexican genes, I don't know. He fucking killed this shit.
I got called out on the convention floor. We were walking around. We met some strangers that were talking to us about like, wow, that's a nice prop and whatnot. And he literally dropped like, oh, it's because you're Mexican. And I'm like,
yeah, we met this guy who was also Mexican, so it was okay.
Yeah, it's cool. He's Mexican. He can say that.
He can say that. He's Mexican. He, like, Brandon was like, yeah, it was my first time, like, making a prop, and I was, like, gassing him up, too. I was like, yeah, like, my husband's first time making this prop, isn't he so good? And the guy literally is just like, oh, yeah, he knows how to build. He's Mexican. And me and him were just like...
Got profiled so hard.
Like, literally, we were like, maybe you're... not wrong.
And I hate to admit it. I really do hate to admit it, but it's probably my inner child building Legos. When I finished and I saw it like fully built, I'm like, okay, that wasn't that bad. I liked it. And now I'm like, in my mind for next year, I'm like, there's a couple props I'm gonna build. You get crazy, right?
That's the funniest part, is the fact that after all this, keep in mind, like, this was like blood, sweat, and tears. Like, we're talking about him building this prop as if it was like a, you know, like a very fun, peaceful experience. No, we were up like hours, like till midnight, 1 a.m. on like weeknights. Like, you know, he would come home after work, working his fucking restaurant job where he's on his feet, and then work on this shit. Like, you know, and then wake up the next day, eat breakfast, and work on this shit. Like, I can't thank him enough for coming out and showing up and doing this for me. Like, ladies, gentlemen, if you're watching, get you a man or a woman, whatever, who will build a cosplay prop for you, even though they've never built a cosplay prop before. Like, there is no question about whether or not this man loves me.
I want to shout out Caffeine for pushing me through my unwilling like rage to like prove you wrong, because you were like a couple of times like just doing your sassiness, and I just wanted to just do it.
Tensions were very high. I just want to say that.
There were times where I would peek and see Sophie have like this crazy look in her face. Like, we're talking about like a serial killer smile as she's looking at her wigs, knowing how much work she has to do. Like, she has a specific smile that serial killers do before they stab you to death.
Okay, I want to say it's not like a I'm happy I'm doing this smile. It's a I'm kind of fucked smile.
No, it's like I'm crazy smile.
Oh yeah, it's like
I'm crazy for doing this.
It's like I wonder if I can read. I'm like,
yeah, a little bit of that. So when I'm like, I don't want to do this, Grandpa, and then I peek in and see you do that smile, I'm like, I can wait.
That's too damn bad.
I know what she's gonna say. I'm gonna go back to work.
No, literally, I felt like at one point I was running a sweatshop and Brando was my only employee and I was also an employee. Like, literally, it was like we were the only two people working the sweatshop that we somehow created for ourselves.
Shout out to Caffeine and shout out to your parents for letting us use the house.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That house was a mess. There was cardboard clippings, EVA form clippings everywhere. At one point, the whole carpet was littered with like your wig hair.
Yeah.
Just from the
It was
cutouts.
bad.
Like, I couldn't walk without stepping in something.
So my parents were out of town for 10 days. They went to Canada and we were dog sitting and house sitting for them. And we got super lucky because number one, they were gone. Number two, my mom is like a huge crafter, just like me. Like, I literally grew up
where
watching.
you get it from.
Yeah, that's where I get it from. I grew up watching her like make quilts and sew and, you know, do stuff like that. So she has a ton of craft supplies. And literally like probably 3 months prior to this, I helped her turn their dining room into a crafting room. So when I found out we were watching the house for 10 days, I was like, oh, perfect. We'll just like do all the cosplay stuff within those 10 days that we're there. Don't do that.
Sorry, can I talk about real quick how I'm not like...
It worked out though.
I'm a good builder. I'm a good constructor. I'm a good put shit together kind of guy. You know, hang up on a fucking shelf, whatever. But I'm not a good crafter. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I can't cut with scissors a straight line to save my life.
Honestly, babe, it's all
with the blade a straight line to save my life.
It's all just practice. It's
maybe.
all just practice.
Maybe because that was my first time doing it like in a scale that big.
Yeah. No, honestly, he's saying he's not a good crafter and he's saying he can't do whatever. Dude, no, don't listen to him. He absolutely fucking killed it. Like, I was
trying to cut a perfect line in this sheet of paper for the line out, and I'm like, am I dumb?
So, like, with stuff like that, like, you just, like, learn different techniques and different ways to do it. So, like, for example, for something like that, what I would have done if I was cutting the foam is I would have taken a straight piece of cardboard and put it up against the knife up against that and then, like, ran it across.
That's true. I did learn towards the end. I used a ruler, and it worked. But by then, like, the first couple of pieces were already cut, and I'm like, oh, these do not line up correctly.
Yeah.
But I was so annoyed. I'm like, fuck it.
And that's probably part of it that took maybe made the project take a little longer.
Yeah.
And every time, as someone who's been doing cosplay for this long, every time you do a project, you learn something new. And you learn how to cut down the time. You're like, oh, okay, next time I'm going to make sure I do this first so that it doesn't take as long. Like, but unfortunately, it's all a part of the process. Like, you're gonna...
The next time I build a prop, I know exactly what to do.
Yeah. So exactly. So now you know. And it's crazy to me that you're even saying next time I build a prop, because I for sure thought that when he built this prop, like, he was gonna be like, bitch, I'm never doing this for you ever again. I love you, but this was too much. Meanwhile, though, he's literally like, oh, Sophie, so for the next prop, should we do this? And I'm like, you're crazy. Well, I like you.
I definitely want to make sure I get properly rewarded for this prop. So I need you to be nice to me for like the next 2 months.
Oh, dude, I will be extremely nice to you for the end of time for
also,
this one.
I'm going to call in a couple boys' nights for sure.
As if I like am the keeper of those.
You're going to be or D&D.
Dude, first off.
Yeah, but you're going to be driving a limousine.
A limousine. Okay, there we go.
With the full suit and everything.
I was gonna say, how is this different from any boys' night? Let's be so for real. Like, okay, no, you deserve those, so fine, you get those. But I think this is a good transition to go ahead and talk about maybe finally being ready and arriving at like the hotel and like talking about day zero, basically.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Day zero is a very interesting day. I'll put it that way.
So we worked on these cosplays right up until the very end, baby. Like literally day of, I was still gluing stuff. And we left. So the con was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We left on Wednesday to get to our hotel on Wednesday night. We finally packed up the car, which, by the way, we drive a tiny Toyota Corolla, and that shit was filled to the brim. And this was before we bought stuff, by the way. So on the way back, the car was even more filled, but we'll get there.
I don't know if you post any of no, I don't think we have posted anything that I've recorded so far, but we will. But we pack food, we pack clothes, cosplays, we pack shoes, we pack a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so since we stay in a hotel and we want to try and save money, hold on, sorry, I have like indigestion.
And I have like a dry cough that I brought back. I don't know, it's kind of like...
That's just a normal anime con experience. If you don't pull up from the con kind of sick, did you really even go to the con? That's why I keep going. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
But so we try to save money any way that we can. So we pack things like, we bring an air fryer with us. We bring frozen. We always try to stay in hotels that have refrigerators. So we made sure that we brought like some frozen things. So we got like chicken nuggets, like little like.
Shout out to Hometel at Koreatown. They have one of the biggest fridges I've ever seen in hotel rooms.
Yeah, that was a pretty big fridge. But we bring like chicken nuggets, pizza flatbreads. We bought like blueberry muffins. We bought chips, like stuff just to snack on that we can bring to the con.
Sandwiches?
Breakfast sandwiches, stuff that we can kind of either bring to the con or we can have food when we come back from the hotel because we don't really go out to eat. Except for the first day of Anime Expo, just to save money. So the first day, though, that we arrive, we have a really nice dinner at a place called Izakaya Osen. And we go and
Izakaya by Osen.
I think it's called Izakaya Osen.
I'm pretty sure it's by Osen.
Oh, okay. Well...
We'll double check.
I'm pretty sure it's not. But...
How much you want to bet?
I will bet $10.
Continue talking.
As if our money isn't exactly the same. But anyway, we always go there and we have a really nice meal. We order the same thing every year because we're creatures of habit. And we just like sit there and talk about how excited we are for Anime Expo. And a lot of people that are in the restaurant there are also going to the con as well. So that's kind of cool. And we have that meal and then we go back to the hotel room and basically we just like prep for the first day. So that's basically what we did. The food at...
Oh, you $10.
Yep. Told you. I'm never wrong, by the way. Yeah, so after we went and had our delicious meal, we went back to the hotel room. We did a few little last minute things on our cosplays.
Well, slow down. I don't want you to speed run one of my favorite parts about this con. It's that meal. Like, I swear, I sat down. I almost cried. Like, I was like, I'm finally here. My body, like, relaxes. And... the server comes up and he's like, "Oh, is this your first time here?" And there's like a tear going down my eye, and I'm like, "No."
You're so dramatic. No, seriously though, this year out of all years, especially with the hell that we went through the last 2 weeks prepping these cosplays, like finally being at that restaurant was like the finish line for us.
Tell me why we do this every year. We look at the menu. Like we're actually gonna order anything new. We don't. We always the same thing. The crisp, Asahi beer, that udon with the beef udon. Oh my god, it's literally a meal for two. The server is like asking me, "Would you like me to bring you an extra bowl?" And I feel like Ron Swanson replying like, "I know what I'm about," or "I just stay by."
I know what I'm about,
like,
son.
Yeah, like I eat that whole thing. Like, oh my god, dude, it's crazy.
And we also get appetizers too. Like we load up. Like
the dessert.
That is the dessert. Like but like I said, it's our finish line because that's how we know that like Anime Expo is like literally happening tomorrow. But anyway.
Yeah, continue.
Then we go back to the hotel room and we try and go to sleep, which we actually did fall asleep pretty quickly because we were so fucking exhausted from working on these cosplays.
Tired.
This is the first year I think we've ever like fell asleep right away the day before the con. So then we wake up at like 6 a.m. the next day, and I start getting ready in my cosplays because that's going to take a while. And then Brando goes and makes us breakfast in our air fryer and gets us coffee. Luckily, there's like a nice little coffee shop attached to the hotel.
Right downstairs.
Yeah, literally right downstairs. And they have really good like lattes and whatnot. And yeah, I just like get ready and we pull up to day one. And day one, I cosplayed, like I said, Yoko Littner from Gurren Lagann. Oh, I feel bad. Your cough is like really hitting you.
It's like the more I talk, the more my throat dries out, but I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll rally.
Let me know if I need to like do the majority of the talking.
You already do anyways. Like, oh, wow, change something. Yeah, okay. No, but this cosplay is gotta be your best cosplay to this day. You've done cosplays pretty much every year at Anime Expo. You've done so many different types of cosplays. This is your first time where the prop did complete you into a new level.
Damn right it did.
I kind of hated it though. We could not move. We could not walk 10 feet without someone coming up to us asking for pictures. There was at one point some dude kidnapped you for, I kid you not, 20 minutes for a private photo shoot for his like newspaper article that he writes about Anime Expo.
Yeah.
And I'm just following you to like, okay, so like wrap it up.
No, literally, like, and I'm flattered, by the way. Like, every person who stops me for a photo this last weekend, like, I'm genuinely so grateful. Like, I try to never say no to anyone unless I'm like sitting down and eating, or if I'm like already doing something with somebody else. Like, I try to say yes to everyone because, you know, like, you know, I could be cosplaying somebody's favorite character. Like, you know, like, I understand what that's like to see like a really cool cosplay and want a photo. So. But I will say, hold on, let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was very overwhelmed in the Yoko Littner cosplay. It was almost too good.
You have to add the context. We've been stopped for pictures from all your cosplays before, but not to this degree.
Yeah.
This cosplay was so great. I remember at one point, people were lining up. I took a picture of it, of people lining up so they can take her picture, and that's never happened before.
It was a bit overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, flattered, so happy, genuinely grateful. But so what had happened is we walked from the entertainment hall and we're going into the exhibit hall. And if you know anything about how the expo's laid out, right in front of the exhibit hall, there's like the lobby area, and that's where there's a ton of photographers and there's a ton of people in cosplay like taking photos. So that's like a hot spot. So we were just walking by. We weren't walking there to like take photos. I ended up getting stopped like a million times in there on the way. And like at one point I had to be like, okay guys, like I gotta go. Like I need to go see the rest of the con, because I had been at Anime Expo for almost 2 hours at this point, and I hadn't even been inside the exhibit hall yet.
Question, do you think we should have saved like your best cosplay for a later date?
No, because I honestly just kind of wanted to get it out of the way. Because I knew it was going to be my most, like, not uncomfortable cosplay, but, like, it's a very revealing cosplay. I have to carry the heavy prop with me. Like, I have the most stamina and energy on day one. By day 3, I'm like, dog, I'm fucking exhausted. I wouldn't have wanted to carry that big ass gun.
Well, here's my reasoning for that. Because I remember the reason why I was so, like, I'm maybe impatient with how many people kept asking for a picture. I'm like, it's day 1. Like, I want to explore. I want to see this con that I haven't seen since last year.
Of course.
So I don't honestly think there was anything wrong with people coming up and asking you for pictures. I think it was just me going like, I just got here and we cannot walk 10 feet without someone going like, oh my God, that is the best Yoko Littner cosplay I've ever seen. Please let me take a picture.
No, I felt the exact same way. At one point, I literally was like, dog, I just want to see the con. Like, I literally was like, I don't care anymore about stopping and taking photos, because we took photos as well, like on our camera, because obviously this cosplay was fucking goated. Like we have this expensive ass camera. Like we took some bomb ass photos, by the way, if you want to see them on my Instagram at Sophie
You
Sama.
have to, please.
They're really good.
Like, I was so proud of this prop. It completed the fit.
Yeah. Like, you can't even, like, that's the thing too. God, there's so much to say about just this cosplay. Is I could have just cosplayed Yoko Littner without the prop, and it honestly still would have come out good, because I did a really good job on the wig and the other parts of the outfit. But the gun, dog, the gun just
And
depleted that shit.
You did a great job with your body. Like, you've been like dieting. You make sure like we've been like keeping our calories in check.
Yep.
And it paid off.
Okay, so that's another thing, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I have lost probably 2 pant sizes since January. And not through Ozempic, literally just eating in a calorie deficit and doing 10,000 steps every single day, either outside or on my walking pad. So, you know, I was super proud of how my body looked. Like, that's a big reason why I did this cosplay, because I was like, dude, I have this fucking hot ass bod now. I've been working my ass off these past 6 months, like losing the weight. Like, I want to show this shit off. So I want to pick a character that like has like, you know, a good physique that I can like show off my physique that I've been working so fucking hard for. So that's why and I love Yoko because honestly, like, she's just a baddie. And I love a red-haired baddie. That's another reason I picked her. I really wanted... It was either between Erza Scarlet...
Which you're going to do next year.
Which I think I'm going to do next year.
You have to.
And Yoko Littner. And I'm really glad I picked Yoko because, like I said, it just came out so good. It really did. But the point being is this cosplay was so damn good. That's why I couldn't even be mad at people stopping me and asking for photos, because I myself was, like, so impressed with our, you know, skills that I was like, damn, okay, like, I get why everyone's stopping me. But, like, to your point, at one point, I feel like day one, we didn't get to do as much as we wanted to because people were just stopping and asking us for photos, like, every 10 feet, you know? Like, it's a suffering from success over here.
Exactly.
You know?
That is exactly what it was. Shout out to
I can't be mad at it.
Shout out to all the cosplayers this year. They all did a great job. There were so many good ones. Oh my god, the props too. There were some people that were carrying props that made my tiny rifle look so small.
Yeah.
And I realized that there are people here who just mastered this craft.
Yeah.
Now that I've built one, I know the attention to detail, like, not many people can see. And I've literally want to ask them, how did you make that shape? Like, genuinely. Like, that's, I couldn't even do that if I tried.
Yeah.
Impressive cosplays.
I will say, though, he got so many people complimented me on that prop. Like, I can't even count, like, the probably 20 plus compliments on just the prop alone. And every single time I would point to him, I'd be like, thank you, my husband built it.
And it's his first time building a prop.
And I would always make sure to throw in, he's never made a prop before.
And they'd be like, wow.
And people would be like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, it literally looks so good.
And I was like glowing. I was like, yeah.
Dude, it literally was so good because, okay, you know how Yoko not only has the gun, but it has, like, the strap for it, and she carries it on her back with, like, the pink strap. Like, this guy literally made it so that I could carry it on my back with the pink strap.
And I made it sturdy.
And he made it sturdy.
When I was building it, that's another reason why I was telling you why I wanted to do it my way, because I knew this prop was going to take abuse. It was going to hit people.
And
people were going to hit it. It was going to be like bouncing around, and I wanted to keep it structure, and I knew how to like reinforce it based on like just personal experience, you know, holding shit together. And it worked. Oh my god, it held up perfectly. It wasn't until the very end that the scope sustained so much damage. It like was misaligned, but that was it. Nothing came off.
The only thing that took damage was one of the scopes, and that's it. And even then, it's such a quick fix. Like, this prop is still usable for next time. Like, we're keeping this prop and we're displaying it in our apartment.
I dare say I know how to reinforce the scope and make it way better.
Yeah. Like, but now we know, you know? So 10 out of 10. I think we can just conclude with day one was a literal blur. What else did we do on day one? I can't even remember. Is that when we went to the Geeks Plus panel? I think it was. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's when we went to the Geeks Plus panel, and we saw, what's his name? Giguk announce his anime, which is called Bon, which we haven't seen yet, but we're super excited to get to watch it. And then we saw like a bunch of other like animes that are going to be working, you know, with Geeks Plus and like funded by them. So that's really cool. That was one of the coolest panels.
So let's talk real quick about like how Anime Expo gets a point here. They had so many good panels this year compared to last year. They had a lot of events, a lot of premieres. They had a lot of special like guests. But that Geeks Plus panel was the best one.
Yeah.
It was incredible to see my favorite YouTuber just drop I want to just say indie anime.
Yeah, an indie anime.
Like, he's gone full circle.
Yeah.
From a YouTube anime reviewer to now a YouTube anime creator.
Yeah.
What?
That's crazy.
And of course, for those who don't know, Giguk is from Thailand. I don't know why I blanked so hard there. My bad. But he based this anime's, world on Thailand mythology, which is fantastic. I'm like, not only are we getting a new anime, we're getting anime from someone who is a fan of anime, and we're using roots from his homeland.
Yeah.
I am so excited. I am super happy. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. No, like, that was super cool to see. Like, genuinely, like, I wasn't expecting it. Were you expecting it?
Oh my God. Did I almost squeal like a little girl? I was like,
I stood up and applauded. I was like, wow.
And he did it in such a way, too, where he got us good.
Yeah.
He got us so good because he literally dropped the trailer right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so you're not just talking about it. It's being worked on.
We got the trailer.
Like,
goddamn.
This ain't a joke. This ain't like, I'm going to start my own company. No, it's already built.
Yeah.
It's being built right now.
It's here. So
That entire panel was about indie anime creators. Not only did we see, one of my favorite YouTubers of all times, anime, we saw some creations by other people who are just fans of anime.
Working with Geeks Plus.
Do you want to talk about that one we saw about
the
Bunny
Girls
Mafia Fight Club?
The Bunny Girl Mafia Fight Club one was one of the funniest concepts I have ever seen in my entire life. I genuinely am gonna watch the fuck out of that. That shit looks so fucking funny. Like, I just love how, like, it literally was the definition of and then like, right when you thought, like, all the weird like, it couldn't have any more, like, weird ass tropes that don't go together, like, they just, like, whipped out another one and you were just like, holy shit. But it worked, and by the end of it I was like, this is exactly what I want to see from anime. It kind of, in a weird way, gave Dandadan vibes.
Oh yeah.
Because
question, you made a great comparison with the narrator. Who would you say he sounded like?
Oh, I'm like 90% sure that this is the same guy, but I'm pretty sure this is like the Toonami narrator.
Maybe, yeah.
Like,
he reminds me too of like the narrator from what is it called? It's the YouTube show where they do trailers for movies. I forgot what it's called, but it's like, and then we have anime girls fighting. And
yeah,
it was so iconic.
It was so iconic. But anyway, that was a really cool panel.
Last thing I want to say.
Okay.
So the animation for the fight scenes between the bunny girls, it was like Jujutsu Kaisen levels of animation. We're talking about hand-to-hand combat, and these girls are like bunny girl.
Cute anime girls. Like, literally
yes.
beating the shit out of each other to death.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Yakuza boss is just like a baddie mommy.
Like, I'm not mad at it.
God.
I'm not mad at it.
And they're throwing hands.
Yeah. No, it was.
They got me. They got me good.
Arguably,
they got me good.
It was peak.
The other one was kind of like a supernatural.
We don't need to get into all of them.
All right, you're right. Yeah, we gotta cut corners because oh my god,
we could talk about everything.
There is something else I can talk about the day one though. Don't forget. I'm glad I'm pulling out the receipts here. Look at this. Remember this?
Oh yeah. So we went to an after party. I got invited by this person named Langley. Thank you, Langley, if you're watching. I doubt you are. But thank you. She invited us to I forget what it was called. It was like something circus. Long story short, it was an after party that basically was a circus. And we went, and honestly, I was so fucking tired. I literally told Brando, I was like, dude, I do not want to go to this. Like, if you don't want to go, like, we will bail and we will stay home. And he was like,
she does that a lot. And that's how I know this is a must, because you need a rally. This is day one. We cannot chicken out this early.
I'm so glad we went though. Like, thank God he made me rally, because this shit, like,
it's an experience. Yeah,
it was funny. So we pulled up, and at first it was like kind of low energy. Like, the DJ was playing, people were kind of dancing. There wasn't a lot of people there. Then the circus performers started, and it was Sailor Moon themed, so all their performances were like Sailor Moon themed. They had some like K-pop dances, they had a Japanese idol come in and perform, and
then the circus performance.
I said that
because
already.
There's two different things. You were there was a Sailor Moon dance team, and then there was a circus performance.
The circus performers were also Sailor Moon themed.
I missed that.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short, like the circus performers were so fucking funny. They had like a ballerina, they had a contortionist. The contortionist was so fucking impressive. Holy crap. Like homegirl was flexible. Like she had her fucking feet on the back of her head.
The ballerina was a genuine ballerina because you could see how her body is built for this art. She was so,
her toes were like actually like pointed up, like, and then Balloon Girl.
Balloon Girl was my favorite girl.
There was a girl who blew up a giant balloon and just like bounced it on her head, and like literally her act was blowing up balloons, and it sounds fucking dumb. Like not even like balloon art, by the way, just blowing up balloons, and it sounds fucking dumb. But
by then I had a couple cocktails, and
I was just gonna say, then she whipped out the giant balloon. I'm not even gonna kid you, this balloon wouldn't even fit in frame, and then she just started like putting it over her head and putting her body in it and like wobbling around with it, and I was like, you know what?
There were like lights for the stage at the very top, and she kept hitting them with the balloon.
I genuinely thought she was gonna like hit a fucking light off the ceiling with the balloon,
giving
and like
me anxiety. And I'm
herself.
like, wait, what if this is part of the show?
No, it was not. And then of course there was the hula hoop girl who had like multiple hula hoops and was like doing like hula hoop tricks. Like all of them were really talented. Like even Balloon Girl, like, you know, like honestly they were fun to watch. Like I'm so glad I went to that after party. It was so fun. If you can ever go to an after party, you have to like, and try to, I always say like, I try to go to the ticketed ones because they're at venues and they're more like, what's it called? Like they have security and, you know, they check IDs and stuff like that. Like I know there are kind of like some sketchy after parties where it's just like at a hotel fucking pool or lobby and like nobody's checking IDs and like, you know, like I don't want to go to those. I want to go to the ones.
Okay, ignore what she said. Just shoot your shot. If you see something you're interested in, give it a shot. These people are welcoming. Nothing bad ever happens.
What are you talking? You didn't hear anything about the Weston after party?
Yeah, it got crazy, and Weston parties always get crazy because, you know, that's...
You know nothing about that. You've never been to any Weston parties.
No, of course not, and I never will because that's where the most degenerate people go. So I'm okay with not going to Weston party, but you're making it sound like they're all like that.
No. Let me finish, okay? I'm saying make sure you go to an event that has like actual, you know, tickets and security and a venue and they're checking IDs because you don't want to be partying around, you know, a bunch of fucking kids. Like I personally, for me, I'm not going to go to an anime after party and there's a bunch of like 18 and under people or 18-year-olds. Like everybody needs to be 21 and plus. Like that's the kind of vibe I'm trying to go for. And, you know, just be careful. Yeah, just what I'm saying is go to events that have structure.
Yeah, make sure you don't do anything illegal.
Yeah, exactly. Like, make sure you're, you know, putting yourself in a good situation. Anyway.
I do want to end the talk about night events with a quick little segment that I kind of, like, need either more context explaining or just, like, I have my own theories. At these events, you see a lot of people from the anime conventions. Like, it's pretty much the whole crowd, right? Still in cosplay.
Oh my god.
Still rocking the wigs, still rocking the props.
Dude.
And I visually see Sophie, how much pain she's in, how uncomfortable, how tired she is. And I ask myself, what drugs are you taking? And can I have some? Like, how are you still rocking the wigs, the dances?
These people are pulling up in full cosplay at 11 p.m. to like go to these after parties, and I'm like, y'all are fucking crazy. Like, I couldn't rip my wig off fast enough. I didn't even style my hair after. I literally ripped the wig off, brushed it. It looked fucking terrible. It was like flattened by the bald cap still. Like, you could see like where the makeup like cut off from throughout the day, and I just like rolled up to this Anime Expo after party in like the most comfortable fit I could find. I literally didn't even bring clothes for an after party. Like, you know, like I brought comfortable clothes because I knew that after Anime Expo, I was just going to be like, okay, get this cosplay off me. But these people were pulling up in their fucking cosplays. I was like, damn, that's
And then of course, I realized kind of like as the night progressed, I'm like, I get what they're doing. They're drinking.
Yeah,
it's the alcohol.
You probably don't feel it when you're drinking.
I remember a couple of times during the con, I was getting like foot aches and like my shoulders were like killing me from like carrying the backpack. I took a couple of those margaritas in a can and I'm like, oh, I feel better. I get it now.
I don't drink, so.
No, but you take a lot of medication for pain. Don't remember.
Oh, yeah, no. I take like ibuprofens and Midols. Like I pop those like, you know,
I do alcohol. Pain hurts. We don't like it. Moving on.
Anyway, so that was day 1. By the time we got back, we were fucking exhausted, fell right asleep. Then day 2 came around, and honestly, I'm gonna be so for real. By the way, day 1 through 4, all 4 days were a complete fucking blur. I don't remember. They went by so quick. Like, oh my God. Like, this was the Anime Expo that went by the quickest.
I would say that. And honestly, the only reason why I feel like it did is because we're getting older. Mm-hmm. Because, like, it technically was the same length as other Anime Expos, but it felt so quick.
Yeah, it felt quick.
Like, wait, it's over?
Yeah, I feel like we can kind of condense day 2 and 3 because day 2 I didn't cosplay. I started this last year.
Can I tell them about your blisters?
Oh no. We'll talk about that later. We gotta keep moving.
I'll just say you sustained some damage from the Yoko cosplays.
Yeah, I got really bad like pustule blisters on the back of my neck from the shirt, and that shit was gross and it hurt, and I had to put band-aids on the back of my neck if I wanted to wear like a necklace for my other cosplays the next few days because it was just that bad.
I will say day 2 we did most of our shopping. We did a lot of some good hearty shopping that day.
So I started the not tradition, but the idea last year where I'm only going to cosplay 3 out of the 4 days. I'm just not young and spry anymore to cosplay all 4 days. Like, I do need a break. So day 2 is always a good day to do it because it's like right in the middle. Day 4 is always like a half day, so I don't have to cosplay for as long. Whereas like day 2 is like a full day, so I can just be in normal clothes for a full day. So it's a lot easier for us to walk around. Nobody's stopping us for photos. Like, literally
we have so much time,
the complete opposite of day 1, basically. And yeah, so we just did a lot of shopping. We went to the Good Smile booth, took photos, went and saw like a lot of the, exhibits in the exhibit hall. We met up with one of my friends that I know from work a long time ago who was working at the Aniplex booth. He like did the screens and the hallway screens there that were really cool. And then, we just like talked and, went and looked at stuff in the artist alley in the entertainment hall, and it was really fun.
That panel that he worked at was one of the coolest ones because there was like a tunnel full of screens.
You mean the booth?
Booth, yeah.
Yeah.
That booth was so cool. I don't know how they constructed it. So this tunnel had a bunch of screens, even the floor, I think. Maybe I'm forgetting that part. But they were playing like the Chica Fujiwara dance.
Yeah, they had a lot of Love is War.
It literally made me rage.
It was the Aniplex booth, the one that had like the tunnels with the screens, and they had the Fate ones that you could touch and they would pop up at you. Like,
and then we went up to him and we were like, "This is so cool that you get to work with these like booths and you have to set it up." And he's like, "Bro, I'm tired. I've been working overtime.
He was just telling us
I have to drive back home to like OC and then back here to work. Like I get like 30 minutes for unpaid lunch," and I'm like, "Oh
no, we got a paid lunch." Relax,
paid lunch? Yes. What was it again? No, he said something.
He just didn't get to. He had to pay for his lunch.
Well, okay, whatever. The point is, I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." Oh, that sucks.
This poor guy was being worked to death. Shout out.
He
Austin.
humbled me real quick. Shout out to all the workers at Anime Expo.
Yeah, honestly, like I will say, these people behind the scenes who like put up these booths, like they do a lot.
They're trying. They're working. They're making it happen. So be nice.
Yeah, they're busting their ass. So shout out Austin. You fucking killed it. You and your team. It looks so cool. And oh my God, at the Aniplex booth, which is really cool. What's it called? They had a Gurren Lagann like section, like a whole section dedicated to the anime, and they had like what's it called, like screen drawings and like scene grabs like from the anime. So on day 1, sorry to go back a little bit, I went in there with my Yoko cosplay and I took a bunch of pictures and videos, and people were like, of course, like, oh my God, I have to get a picture of Yoko in front of the Gurren Lagann display, like,
that was one of the areas where people started lining up, and I was getting kind of worried. I'm like, oh
yeah, we had to get out of there quick. But
they probably thought you were working for the booth too.
No, that I literally, it probably looked like that. Yeah. Like I literally looked like I was one of the cosplayers like hired there, which would be really cool. But honestly, I don't think I would ever say yes to something like that because I want to like walk around the con and do stuff. Like I'm not there to work. Like, anyway, long story short, day 2 was really fun. We did artist alley that day. We did entertainment hall. Like, there's not much to say.
Yes, there is. Day 2, we did half the artist alley. I don't know what they did this year. Artist alley was twice as big. Like,
artist alley was huge this year.
It was huge. It was overwhelming and overstimulating up the butt. Like,
honestly, arguably too much. Like, I'm glad. Part of me is like, I'm happy that all these artists get a chance to sell at Anime Expo, but part of me was like, dog, this is so much. Like, it's like,
or tactic of like, we'll keep looking to see if we find anything else that we like. We won't buy it just yet did not work because the next booth would reset your brain and you would constantly be overstimulated with all this merch, all this original art, and you just don't even remember what you wanted.
You're not even clocking in your brain what you're looking at.
Keep in mind, it was a little crowded. It absolutely felt super fucking crowded.
It was very crowded.
Anime Expo still kind of stinks. There was a lot of body odor just being around these people, and congestion was incredibly hard to move around. And some of the booths I really wanted to check out were just clustered with people. So I couldn't even see their art. And the only thing I could see were prints at the very top. But what about their little table? They always have little trinkets too.
Yeah, it was hard to see the trinkets on the table. And it was kind of like the way you had to do it was like you had to walk by the booth. And if like, this is how I was doing it. If I didn't like what I saw on the top, I wouldn't bother to look at the bottom.
Which in my opinion, isn't
it's not fair
because, I want to see the whole thing.
Yeah, which isn't fair. But like I had to like be selective. Otherwise I would have spent 2 damn days there.
It's one of the reasons why our budget became a little under budget. We just could not enjoy the artist alley as much as we did last year. Yeah, that's about it. I even saw
on TikTok too that some artists were saying that their sales from Anime Expo were kind of low. So I don't know if it's because there was like a lot more booths this year that way, like increased competition.
I think it does, yeah.
So I don't know. I'd have to talk that was just from TikTok. I don't know how accurate this source is. No, it's fine.
But I'm just saying, like considering how we perceived, the artist alley, I'm sure a lot of people felt the same way.
Yeah, definitely. But artist alley was still really cool though, like lots of cool art. We bought a lot of posters, we bought stickers, we bought a lot. Like we don't need to get into that too much.
We post what we our hauls and everything, so
yeah,
we'll see it.
But day 3, so we didn't do anything the night of day 2. We literally went home and to the hotel, and we literally like passed out. Like I edited some photos and like passed out because I was so fucking tired.
I went ham on the chicken nuggets.
Ooh, dude, we went ham on them chicken nuggets. That's for sure. Oh my God. And then Love Island.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah. We were having Love Island nights pretty much.
I was going to say, so we had my sister's Peacock login, and we would like pull up Love Island on the iPad, which I specifically brought for this, because, okay, listen, we're anime fans first, but we love Love Island. We love a good messy reality TV show. So we didn't want to be spoiled. If you know anything about being a Love Island fan, if you don't watch the episode right away, you will get spoiled.
Especially people keep getting eliminated. Like it's going out of style.
Yeah, exactly. So we literally, after every single fucking everything, we would watch, we come back to the hotel and watch Love Island. So that was pretty funny. But then day 3. By the time day 3 hit, I literally was like, what the fuck? Like, how is it already day 3? Like, dead ass. Like, day 1 went by in a blur. Wait, hold on. I forgot to tell a story. Hold on. Sorry. We'll get to day 3.
Day 2?
Day 1. So, keep in mind, all these people are coming up asking me for photos. They also want like my Instagram, right? So they can follow me or whatever, or tag me and stuff.
No, don't call him out like that.
This guy, he hands me his phone to type in my Instagram, and it's pulled up on the search bar, which if you know is linked to like the Instagram For You page, which has like a bunch of pictures and videos of stuff like that Instagram recommends to you based on other stuff that you like and interact with on Instagram.
Well, the boys in the video are probably like, ooh.
Tell me why this guy, when he handed me his phone, it was all just like lewd pictures of anime girls. The whole For You page, like not even like nothing else, but just like big titty anime girls, big booty anime girls like in lewd positions with like lewd faces, like literally. And keep in mind, okay, I'm a woman of culture, okay, I can appreciate that, but the whole For You page, my For You page is like a mixture of anime, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, some dog stuff, like, maybe like, a lewd photo here and there, but like Dog, his was just all that, and it was so funny because I just like kept a straight face and typed in my Instagram and had him follow me because I was like, whatever, bro. Like,
he lost a lot of aura on that one.
I can't
Negative
even.
aura,
No, but
dude.
he didn't even flinch. He literally didn't even flinch. He just like literally kept a straight face the entire time. Like didn't even act like
That's
it was
funny.
a big deal. And I was like, honestly, I respect that. And he sent me the photos he took. They were pretty fucking fire. I can't even be mad at it. Like literally the photos he took of me, he sent them to me later on Instagram, and I was like, these are kind of fire. Like, I'm sorry I judged you. Sorry, King.
You
My
will
bad.
absolutely meet some of the best photographers in the industry at Anime Expo. I don't know what they're doing, but they're masters of their craft. They're great photographers.
And I will say, all of the like, you know, lewd anime girl artwork or whatever that was on his For You page was really good. Okay, like it wasn't like badly done. It was like very well done art. Like I was like, you know what, this guy just has taste. Like he has really.
He's a
good,
fellow connoisseur of the arts.
He's a man of culture. What can I say?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and he wasn't creepy either. Like, you know, he didn't come up to me and like was creepy. Like he was a normal dude. So I'm like, you know what? If you're doing this behind closed doors and keeping this shit to yourself, bro, and it's good art, I can't knock it. Like, good for you, bro. Like, we all have our things. Like, by the way, we spent a lot of money at the Faku booth. So who the fuck are we to talk? Okay, which I'm pretty sure was day 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so back to day 3. That's a good way. I cosplayed Goth Mikasa. It came out really good. I'm happy. It didn't get like any attention at all from people, which I'm so happy about actually, because after day 1, I was kind of happy that nobody recognized it.
No. You did get some shout outs. I remember very vividly there was this one person who genuinely recognized you, but we were walking so fast and with such direction that it was,
I didn't hear them.
I tried to tell you, but we were just on a mission, I think,
Yeah.
at that point. But she shouted from like the corner, "Goth Mikasa," you know, as we were walking past it. But most people did get you confused. You were getting.
They thought it was Nana.
They thought you were Nana.
Yeah.
So
I got a lot of Nanas.
Which I don't blame them for thinking that. There were like 3 really good Nana cosplayers that year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm like, I can
Definitely.
totally see why they were getting confused.
It was like a goth look, like I get it, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, and I love how the cosplay came out, and I'm actually really happy that like not a lot of people stopped me to, you know, take photos or like ask about it because day 1 was so overwhelming. So like honestly, like in the outfit itself is normal clothes, so it's not like I was in like a bikini and short shorts like I was for Yoko. Like this is like literally being in normal clothes. The only thing that was different was the wig, like obviously. So it was a really comfortable cosplay to wear. So I was totally fine with day 3. Day 3 kind of felt like I was in normal clothes minus the wig.
Also, those are kind of like my favorite types of cosplays when they spice it up a little bit by infusing like different subjects and genres. And I kind of like that a lot. So I kind of liked it. It was pretty good.
It was really good. The only thing I'd probably redo was the skirt. The skirt was like a last minute like thing.
It came out well. What do you mean?
It came out really good. Don't get me wrong, but like now you know how we talked about how like when you build something and then you build it once and now you know what to do differently.
Oh, okay.
That's like
you could do it better.
Yeah, I could 100% do it better. Like literally, because part of me too, I went to the fabric store like the day before we left to buy some last minute fabric, and I found like a fabric that I probably could have used that would have been better. That, you know, I know it's there for next time, but anyway, I'm getting a little off topic. Day 3 was nice. We did some of the same entertainment hall, exhibit hall, artist alley, but that's when we hit up the Faku booth. And that one guy was there, Asanagi, right?
Asanagi, yeah.
Asanagi.
He's a very popular, very well-known artist in the industry, especially when it comes with his work with Faku.
A hen with tie artist.
Yes, that's all I like.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, a hen wearing tie artist.
Yeah, no, he was there signing artwork, and we were pulling up to the checkout lane, and their security was like, "You can't take pictures," and the people kept pulling out their phones, like, "Please."
I know. I like pulled out my phone to take a picture of like something else at the booth, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he said no photos. I'm like, "Dog, I do not want to take a photo of the horny Japanese guy. Thank you."
Yeah.
Like, I was like, thanks, but I'm not taking a photo of him. Like, you know.
We did buy some of his merch. I think we bought a sticker set, and one of your puzzles is by him.
Yeah. So, okay. Faku actually had puzzles for sale this year. And if you know anything about me, I love building puzzles. Love, love, love. It's so much fun. And I've been looking for a good puzzle to build. Like and by the way, I like building anime themed puzzles. Like, I love other puzzles, but like if I'm really gonna buy a puzzle and build it, I want it to be anime themed. So in the past, I've bought in 3 Genshin Impact puzzles, and they haven't released the new one for Natland yet, or at least they didn't have it at Anime Expo, which I'm really bummed because I would have bought it. And so when I went to the Faku booth and saw they had puzzles, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm buying these puzzles. They had 3 puzzles. I wasn't a huge fan of the third one. Like, I didn't really care for the artwork on it. So I bought 2 of the 3 puzzles, and I'm so excited to build these. Like, you guys have no idea. And they're not like as lewd as you think they would be. It's not like a girl freaking getting a freaking cum shot. Like, no, like, you know,
they're not lewd enough.
I was just gonna say they're not lewd enough. Like, the one of them's just like the Ahego, right? That's what it's called. Yeah. Ahego prints, where it's like all the faces, like, you know, black and white, like you see the full
mosaic,
like the mosaic, yeah. And then one of them, I think, is like a demon girl or something in like a sexy pose. Like, I can't even remember, but I'm so excited that I saw these puzzles, guys. Like, and a big thing too this year is when we have a lot of, as you can see in the background, stickers and prints already. Okay. And figurines too. So this year we really went into Anime Expo saying, okay, we want to buy stuff that's like unique, stuff that we normally wouldn't buy at a con, because we always buy
prints,
the same 3 things: prints,
figurines,
stickers, and figurines. Don't get me wrong. We still bought those things, but we bought other things too, and wanted to make sure that we put money towards things that we normally wouldn't buy. So that for me was these puzzles. I was super happy about that.
It was those hand with a tie slippers that I've wanted since like the first time they've released them.
They were sold out last time, I think. Yeah.
They're the comfiest slippers I've ever worn in my life. They're so cute. I can't stop wearing them.
Yeah. Honestly, they are super comfortable. Like, I was kind of like shitting on him for getting those. I'm like, dog, you're not going to wear those. Like, really, you're going to get those? Like, and now that they're home and we've tried them on, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. Like, my bad. Like, I
didn't know you were chill like
I
that.
wasn't familiar with your game. Like, yeah, Faku popped off with that.
Faku makes some good stuff. I think we dropped.
They do make good merch.
I think we dropped a little over $100, and in that area, I think it's an area, right? Call it that. There's another one of our most popular.
The 18 plus area, by the way, is where this all was.
So they also have another booth from one of our
Four Eyes Clothing. That's what it's called. I'm wearing it right now.
They make some fantastic, like, gothic, lewd art.
Yeah.
Clothes.
Their stuff is so good, and not only that, their quality is fantastic. They have great quality. Like, I'm wearing one of their sweaters right now. Like, you know, if you could see it, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, it's literally so good. Like, this is like, I got an XL because I like an oversized fit, but their products are 10 out of 10. The material's nice. The artwork is always so cool. They always have amazing artwork, yeah. Like, honestly, there's a lot of stuff at their booth that I wish I could buy, like, you know, but also I have to, like, be like, okay, I can't break the bank right now.
It's like we were getting... What is it? What am I trying to say? We were getting chicken feet? No, cold feet.
Chicken feet?
Sorry.
Hold on.
I was looking at my hand with the tie slippers, so my brain was a little out of whack. What I'm trying to say...
Getting cold feet? I don't know if that's the right word or phrase. What do you mean?
We were being...
Overwhelmed, right?
Maybe overwhelmed, but we were being little bitches, because, like, we knew we had a fat budget. We knew we could splurge, but we were like, let's hold on. Let's wait to see if there's something else we would rather got, you know?
But it's kind of good that we were like that, because sometimes, like, in the past when we just, like, buy stuff, sometimes it's like it comes home with us and, you know, we realize, like, maybe we didn't like it as much as we thought we did, kind of thing.
Do you have something like that?
Yeah, but I can't think of what they are off the top of my head right now.
Okay. I don't think I have anything like that.
But anyway, long story short, Four Eyes Clothing and the Faku booth were some of the best parts of the 18 plus booth. Like, and obviously, and then
just walking around, seeing all the degenerate art,
seeing high quality art dong.
My favorite thing to do, unironically, is to go to their doujinshi books and see
find the most cursed one.
The most cursed art I've ever seen in my life. You think the internet's weird? These people draw
dog
it.
Like, the fucking covers I see sometimes, like, I would see like Hinata and like Suki from Haikyuu, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who is shipping these two? Like, this is crazy. I saw like Zhongli and Zhao from Genshin Impact, and I was like, dog, like, Oh my god. Sometimes I wish I could just like buy a shit ton of it just to like see like, okay, where are we going with this story? Like I'm genuinely
Tanjiro
intrigued.
and Rengoku one.
The
Oh my
Tanjiro,
god,
like,
what the fuck?
yeah. So
There's even ones where they sexualize inanimate objects, like a plane,
oh yeah,
like a submarine.
yeah.
They give them tits and asses, and you're like, kind of fuck with
You're
this.
like, I feel like we've lost the plot here. Like,
This
what
is
is
the
happening?
If it exists, there is pee of it.
It's like that guy on My Strange Addiction who's married to his car, and there's like the scene of him underneath it, like kissing it.
I get it now.
That's for him. That's for him.
Wait till you see the pictures. When you ever go to Anime Expo, just look at what we're talking about, and you'll understand.
Yeah, yeah. No, the 18 plus booth is always, it's a must go. Whether you're into that or not, like it's funny just to like laugh at it. Honestly, like there's just some weird shit in there, and you're just like, okay, like you know, like. Some people, but then we go and we drop like $300 in there, and we're like, are we the weirdos?
For those who've seen The Office, it's that one scene with Stanley, dropping the hand with tie art and saying, "It's art. It's art. That's what it is. It's art."
Literally, that's the perfect way to describe it. It's art. Yeah, we're just people of culture, okay? We're cultured individuals. We have to go look for research.
Also, this year, it felt like everything was a little bit more cramped. Like, I thought it was bigger last year, but I now I'm thinking about it. It's because they had more booths for the artist alley, so they had to cut, corners.
No, I'm not going to lie. I think the 18 plus booth was bigger this year. I just think more people were in it. I genuinely feel like that was the case, which is crazy. But that was day 3, and then... Day 3 at night.
We're not.
This is where things kind of
being kind here. We are
took a dive.
I'll start it off because I feel like to me this was like
his very passionate moment, so he can talk for a little bit. I
finally got a taste of poor Anime Expo management. I finally got a little taste about all those people complaining about how the organizers don't do a very good job. I learned my lesson. I see what you were talking about. I experienced it firsthand.
Was there a lesson to learn, or was it just them dropping the ball though? Like, I feel like when you say you learned your lesson, like you didn't do anything wrong.
I learned my lesson when it comes to these people complaining and me being passively like saying like, oh, it probably wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I was
there we go.
That's
better. That's better. I thought you were talking about like what had happened, but go on.
Because I personally never experienced it, so in my ignorance, I just said, maybe,
it must not be happening.
Not necessarily. It's just like it's not that big of a deal. But oh, did I make it a big deal? Did I kind of lose my shit for a little bit? I lost my cool. I was like really upset. So I'm gonna let Sophie, explain the whole situation, because when I get passionate and emotional, I suck at explaining things.
Yeah, he kind of does. Okay, so as you know, there was a wrestling event, a girl wrestling event called Sukuban, and it was the first time they've ever held an event like this at Anime Expo, and it was also a ticketed event. So you had to buy separate tickets for this event.
You also forgot to add the word Japanese.
Well, we're at Anime Expo. Like,
it's important.
Okay, fine. Japanese girl wrestling.
Women's wrestling.
Say
girl.
Called Sukuban. And this is a ticketed event, so you had to buy tickets in advance in order to attend this event. And the whole point of a ticketed event is to guarantee your spot in this event, right? So that being the case, if you know anything about any of the other panels at Anime Expo, 90% of them are not ticketed panels and events. There are a couple events like the AMV contest and Sukuban and probably others that you have to buy other tickets for, or they give out free tickets. This was one where you had to buy them. We bought these tickets. I think they were like $50-something a pop. Mm-hmm. And for other panels, normally if it's a really popular panel, then you have to wait like an hour before, in line to make sure that you get a spot, because they might cut off, the amount of people who could be let in because it's so popular and they only have so many seats, et cetera, et cetera. So for this one, me and Brenda were like, oh, cool, we have tickets. Like, we don't need to, like, wait in line early. Like, like, it's ticketed. Like, we have a spot guaranteed no matter what. Also, we met up with my sister and her husband before this, and we're eating food and taking pictures, and we kind of lost track of time. And at one point I look at the time and I'm like, holy shit, like it's 6:45, this event starts at 7, like, you know, we need to like hurry over to the spot. So we say goodbye, we start walking over, we get there in 5 minutes, so it's 6:50, and we're like, hey, like, you know, is this the line? They're like, yeah, like, you know, but we're letting people in right now, like, you know, go ahead and line up on the other side when we're done getting this row of people through.
So, I don't know why they did it like this way, but we had tickets. You had to show those tickets to one of the organizers so you can get a wristband.
Yeah.
Which made it so there were 2 lines. The line for people with wristbands who are ready to go in, and the people with their tickets waiting to get a wristband to get into the wristband line.
Yeah, so that was another thing. And so we didn't have a wristband yet because we had just gotten there. So I was like, hey, where do I get my wristband? They're like, oh, just wait in this other line here on the other side of where the other line is. There were 2 lines. And we're going to, you know, show them your tickets and we'll give you a wristband. Okay, cool. So long story short, they start letting people in, and it's like probably like 3 or 4 rows of lines of people. And finally they're like, okay, you can get in line in the other line, like go ahead and stand there. So I'm standing there, Brando's there, and, you know, they're letting people in. And at one point, like, you know, it's just like really disorganized, and like, you know, apparently people aren't moving in front of me, like, even though like I didn't see that. And like Brando started like getting mad at me because he was like, why aren't you moving? Like, you know, and I'm like, dude, these people in front of me aren't moving. Like, you know, what am I going to cut in front of them? And long story short, we move to the entrance. Like, we're in line at the entrance, and we're sitting there. It's now 30 minutes after the start time. This thing started at 7. It is now 7:30, and not everyone is in the venue yet. And another like 5 minutes go past, and they basically tell everyone, like, if you're not in, like, you need to go give your information.
You skipped a little bit. You skipped some very important...
You're cutting me off. How about you tell me when I finish?
Okay.
So, long story short, after 5 minutes, they basically tell everyone, we're at capacity, sorry, like, you need to go to the information booth, and we're going to give you a refund. If you're not in, like, you're not getting into this event. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, we bought tickets for this, and we're not getting in? Like, anyway, go ahead with what I missed.
So, my heart sank as we were getting closer to the entrance. People were getting anxious, like a lot of people. It wasn't just like 1 or 2. Like, it was like a little close to 100. And then the organizers came out and said, any single viewers? Anyone by themselves? And we're like, that's strange. Why would they ask that? And you could see the bleachers from the area we were at. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my God, they're full. And it wasn't until like everyone like was looking around, not moving for like 20 minutes straight. I kid you not. That event probably started super late, that we realized we're fucked. We're all fucked.
Yeah. There was probably 100 people plus who didn't get in.
So many
who bought tickets for this event.
And then we had to go out to another line to file for a refund. Oh my God. My dudes, I was about to kill someone. I genuinely was having a crash out because this is the one thing I think I was looking forward to the most.
Same.
At this event. And there was just so many events after that kept rubbing salt on the wound. For example, once we got to another line to get a refund, these people were like panicking too, because they were taking just information in a notepad. They couldn't even give you a refund on the spot. They were like, just give me your information, we'll file it later, kind of deal. And I'm like, did you write that correctly? Like, what if I don't get my refund, you know? So the anxiety kept building up in me. And then from then we were looking for food. So keep in mind, while this is happening, we can hear the shouts, the
entire event, and cheering. Like, we hear people cheering the event going on in the background. Like, because literally, I kid you not, like, the event was like outside, like in this fucking small ass fucking little corner, which by the way is so stupid. This is one of those events that should have been in like the Peacock Theater or in a fucking crypto arena. Like, this is a wrestling event. Like, why are we putting a wrestling event in a tiny little section in the con? Like, you know, like I remember walking by it on day one and being like, oh, look, like there's a wrestling ring.
Day two, right?
Yeah, I was like, there's the wrestling ring. Like, is that where they're going to have the event? It seems kind of small. Like, I literally said that to Brando, and he's like, no, it's probably somewhere else. And I was like, why would they put a ring there and not put the event there? Like, that, you know, that's probably where the event is. And literally, lo and behold, that it was too small, because literally over 100 people did not get into this event. And we were, by the way, we were not the only people pissed off. Like, a ton of people were super pissed that they couldn't get into this event, because number one, we paid for it. Like, we reserved our spot for it. Like, you know, it's like, why are you overselling this event when you have no idea what the capacity is? Like, that's so fucking annoying. Like, you're just guessing? You're telling me you're guessing? Like,
and it's
what?
Not, it's not even like, oh, just fit him somewhere. Like, maybe even if they're standing, maybe they're, even if they're not on like a bleacher sitting down. No. That was maxed out.
Yeah.
Like, you could not fit anyone in there.
But like, why? Okay, so when you're mapping this event out though, like, you're not accounting for how many tickets you've sold. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, how disorganized are you?
They dropped the ball so hard.
Like,
those
and
organizers
it's not,
did not do a good job.
Yeah, like those organizers like genuinely pissed me off with this, because I'm like, dude, the way you're just overselling tickets and not cross-referencing it with the amount of seats that you have is actually insane. Like, that is like step number one in terms of event planning for literally anybody. And I know people who work in this industry, like, it's just so messy and disorganized. Like, genuinely, whoever's in charge of that at Anime Expo should honestly be fucking ashamed. Like, you're a fucking, just, you're bad at your job. So you should literally go do anything else.
So here's another reason why we were so upset. It took like 4 hours of our day. Just dealing with everything.
And then we literally sat there for like, okay, so this is like the worst part is like, it definitely it didn't take up 4 hours of our day.
That's like, I'm exaggerating because I'm being petty.
Hardcore. We spent like 45 minutes to an hour. No, probably 45 minutes, like an hour and 20 minutes between waiting in line for the event, finding out we were not getting in, and then having to wait in line to get a refund. So that's like time wasted at the con that we could have gone to, number one, another panel, or done something else. So that's why it was like really annoying, because it was literally just like an hour and a half of wasted time on day 3, which is like, you know, the con's basically a half day to the next day on day 4. So like, that's what we're like pissed off. We're like, dude, you're like, what a fucking waste of time. Like, you wasted our time. Like, not only, you know, like, fine, we're gonna get a refund, like, we already got the refund, it's fine, but like, you're not gonna get that time at the con back. And that's what like really pissed us off. And like I said, we got there kind of late because, like I said, fuck us. We thought that our spot was secured because we had a ticket, right? Like, you know, so don't even come at me and say like, oh, like, you should have got there earlier. Like, no, there were people who were waiting there the whole time, probably got there at like, you know, 30 minutes before us, 40 minutes before us, and still didn't get in.
If it
That's
was like
how fucking people, bullshit this
like,
was.
God, maybe a handful, we would be like, maybe you're right, we should have got there. No, it was so many.
It was like over 100 people.
There were so many people.
Yeah.
Just waiting to get in.
Who didn't get in, who had been there longer than me and Brando, like by at least minimum 30 minutes. So those people got even more of their time wasted. So yeah, that event really pissed me off. Like, those so disorganized, so stupid of them to even oversell that event and then create such a small area for, obviously, if you're seeing how popular the tickets are selling, and, you know, the event is like, you know, getting close to being sold out, and like, you see how popular the event is, why the fuck would you map it out and put it in a place where you don't even have enough people to fit that area? Like, genuinely so fucking stupid on their behalf. Like, it blows my mind, like, how much they dropped the ball on this. Like, I'm actually getting heated talking about it, and we need to change the subject because I'm literally getting mad.
And as we were leaving, you know, the worst part, in my opinion, this is the worst part for me. As we were ordering our lift to go back to our hotel, there was a small crack.
Oh, yeah.
There was a small crack in the fencing where people who didn't get to go to this event
were like sitting there trying to watch the event.
Trying to get a peek in there, and I was so mad. I was
like, it looked really fun.
And the worst part is when you looked in there, everyone was having a good time. They
Yeah.
were throwing a performance. They were having and I'm like,
Genuinely, it looked like a lot of fucking fun. Like, we missed the fuck
Dude.
out. Genuinely, we missed the fuck out, and we shouldn't have.
and those people were so nice too. They were like get in. Like,
yeah, they were like, do you guys want to watch? Like, you can get in
Yeah.
front. And I was like, no, it's okay, guys. Thank you. Like, everyone is, because these people who were standing there watching it through the fence were also the same people like us who had tickets who couldn't get in. Like, ugh. Anyway, we gotta talk about something else that make me mad. Long story short, that was day 3. Day 4 rolls around. Day 4 is a half day. Thank God, honestly, because at that point we were so fucking tired.
It's not a half day. It's like a 1/4 day.
It's like you blink and it's over. Like, that's basically the day that we recommend that you just like do any last minute shopping or go see stuff that you didn't see, and that's basically what we did. Like, it was a blur.
It was such a blur.
Yeah, like we just, walked around.
I almost think, Sophie, that.
Oh my God, we're like talking about it so casually as if we didn't do the most epic cosplay ever.
Oh, right.
Oh my God, this is how delusional and tired we still are, guys. Okay. We're just like, yeah, day 4 was whatever. No. Day 4, me and Brando decided to do a couples cosplay. And this cosplay was me dressed as Goth Princess Peach, wearing like fucking 6-inch fucking Demonia platforms. So I have like a foot of height on him. And he was dressed.
I would almost say like it was more of a BDSM.
It was a BDSM Peach. And I was dressed and I had a chain in my hand that was connected to Brando, who was dressed as Mario, who was wearing a collar around his neck where the chain was attached, and I was dragging him around the con in a chain as Goth Princess Peach.
And this is a meme, by the way. This is just like, oh, this is just coming out of our creative. No, it's a picture.
We
online.
saw a picture online that was like basically that, like it was a meme. It was a Goth Princess Peach carrying around like a tiny little Mario on a chain, and I was like, oh my God, like
let's do that.
That's so funny.
Also,
like,
we had a
us.
little toad plush, like you were holding it too. Phenomenal.
We had a toad plushie in my hand too, so it was like I had my little minions with me, right? This cosplay honestly might have got more attention than the Yoko cosplay.
I would say so too. So,
which was not expected. Like, I genuinely thought we were gonna do this cosplay and a couple people would have a chuckle. Like, no, this shit like got us stopped in photos, and people would do a double take. They would see us and like be like, and or they would like point and laugh, or we would pass people. They'd be like, we'd hear them be like, bro, did you see that shit? Like, we got stopped for 2 interviews, like, like social media interviews, like pictures. Like, some guy asked if we would do a video where I told Brando to speak and he would bark. I asked Brando if he was okay with it.
I can't bark, dude.
Yeah, I asked him if he was okay with it, and he said yes. So I was like, speak, and Brando was like, woof, and I was like, good boy.
I tried barking and I couldn't do it.
No, you couldn't meow.
Oh, meow, that's the one.
Yeah, another guy asked if Brando could meow. I don't know. People are weird at the con. People be freaked up there, but yeah, it got so much attention. Like, literally, like I posted on social media too. That shit went viral. Like,
there was a couple of TikTokers who recorded us and posted it on their TikTok pages, and it got recommended to my For You page. And I'm like, oh my God, is that how I looked? Whoa.
Yeah, no, this one guy was like streaming, and he found us when we were together, and like was like, oh, like, Mario, like, Peach, are you okay? Like, Mario. And then Brando and I at one point like split up. Like, I went to go like look at the gacha stuff, and he wanted to like play on like a Monster Hunter like booth and try the game, so we split up. And this guy, the same guy who was streaming, found Brando again and was like, oh yeah, yo bro, how'd you get away from Peach? Like, I was like, stop, this is so funny.
Somebody at one point asked me, like, dead ass, does she have a lot of money? And I'm like,
he literally asked if I had a lot of money. Like, I was like, this is so funny. Like,
okay, so
people were eating it up.
I'll take just a quick minute to talk about how I felt with the cosplay, because I definitely had a roller coaster of emotions. At first, I was like, I don't feel it. I'm like, it's like, whatever. I'm going to have an uncomfortable chain around me, and you're going to keep dragging that on me. And I'm like, I kind of don't like you already, so it's going to just piss me off, right? And I'm like, how am I going to get my money's worth for this? I'm going to milk this for sure. I'm going to get some, back massages, feet rubs. Like, I'm gonna make this like worth it for me. I think I got a lot of satisfaction making people happy with that cosplay.
Yeah.
As I'm walking down I'm seeing people exhausted from this con.
It's
I'm seeing
day
people,
4. We're tired.
Already the post-con blues are creeping up on them, and they're probably feeling the post-con depression, around the corner, and their faces would light up. Like, I saw a couple of people just go from like the most resting bitch face to the widest grin I've ever seen on that person yet, just from watching us be complete degenerates. And I loved it. I was like, that's nice.
Yeah, no, and that's like the joy of cosplaying too. Like, is that aspect to it of like seeing people's reaction, getting like so excited, right? Yeah. You feel like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Like literally, like, and like I said, I did not think, I knew that this cosplay was going to get some attention, right? I did not think it was going to get as much as it did. Like literally, people had so much, all positive, by the way, to say. So much to say.
2 photo shoots where some professional, I'm sure people who've done this before, wanted to photograph us, in different poses, and they were like moving us around, and then he got into it. He's like, step on him right now, pull on his chain, and I'm here like,
yeah. No, at one point, like, this guy was like, all right, now lay on the ground and step on him. All right, now put your hand on his chin like this.
Yeah, and I was getting kind of worried because he got really into it, and I'm like, spit on his mouth. I'm like, whoa.
No, he didn't say that.
No, I'm sure
he
that
should have.
I mean, he's probably
that was probably the next one. Yeah. No, dead ass though. Like, this cosplay got so much attention. It was so funny too. Like, just watching people's reactions. Like, genuinely, like, I would say this is some of our best work, and I didn't even intend it to be.
But I will say, I didn't like the suit. It was like
it was just a cheap little Mario suit.
It was so itchy. I hated it. It was so uncomfortable. The necklace was like digging into my neck to the point where I was getting worried I was going to get those blisters you got. So I'm like, stop tugging it, please. And I remember a couple of times, like, when not to tug on that chain.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to fucking snap, right? And you give me that one yank, and I literally had to like recollect myself and like think happy thoughts, or else I was gonna murder someone. When okay.
I'm not gonna lie, like, in terms of like staying together at the con and like getting him to go in the direction I want to go to, the chain was a 10 out of 10.
But the chain was a phenomenal hack at the artist alley.
Oh, it was.
Like, people would part the sea
for us. They were like, these two are freaky and weird. Get out of their way. Yeah.
There was people who were like trying to like butt in, but there's a chain connecting us. And they were like, oh, I guess I'll wait.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, no, and every time everybody stopped us for a photo, they'd be like, oh, like, yank on his chain. So I'd be like, like that, like.
And you would yank on it, too.
Oh, yeah, well, I was in character. No, and Brando, okay, he's so funny. He was so in character. He would walk by people and be like, Mamma Mia. Or he'd be like, if we saw, like, a bunch of Luigi cosplayers, he'd be like, Luigi, brother, help me. Like, I'd be like,
we saw a couple of, there was a lot of Mario and Luigi cosplayers.
Yeah, there was a lot.
My favorite line to say, and you probably will see it on that TikTok if you stumble upon it, it's send for Luigi.
Yeah, he was like in full character, bro. It was so fucking funny. Like, like, or people would like point and be like, hey, yo, Mario, you okay? He'd be like, Mamma Mia. Like, Oh, and also, we got free parking in the parking structure right across from the convention center because he was dressed as Mario. Like, the guy working the garage literally said to him, he was like, Ayo, like he's dressed as Mario. Like, I
thought he said matching cosplays or something.
No, he literally said, Ayo, he's dressed as Mario. And like, we're like, yeah. And he tells like the girl working, he's like, Ayo, give Mario free parking. And she's like, oh, seriously? And he's like, yeah, why not? Like, look at him. And me and Brenda were just like, okay. We literally were about to pay $32 to park there for the day. Instead, got free parking. So, and we also got a free print from one of the Artist Alley booths because I guess one of her followers likes to pay for people's stuff, and we got a free sticker because our cosplay was just so outrageous and weird. So, like I said, huge good reception of that cosplay. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried. I was like, okay, I'm about to bring this man and drag him around in a chain dressed as Mario. But honestly, there's no better place to do it than Anime Expo.
Anime Expo. Oh my god, what was that?
What was that sentence? Like how we both just
Negative R there. Okay, so at Anime Expo, you meet so many interesting people. I think I met one of the most interesting person in this Anime Expo that interviewed us for kind of like her life. Like she literally made it clear that she's never been to an Anime Expo before.
Yeah, so she doesn't even watch anime.
Yeah, she doesn't even watch
anime. And she
anime.
went to Anime Expo.
Do you remember her name?
I don't remember her name.
Remembering her name.
But long story short, she had never been to Anime Expo before. She never watched anime, and she was like, she like went through a breakup or something. Like and it was her first time being single in like 10 years. And she's like, yeah, like I'm doing this like series like where I just go and I like I go out of my comfort zone and try new experiences to try and see like what I like. And me and Brenda were like, damn. And like, and meanwhile, like we're like all freaked out in this fucking like weird ass cosplay. And I'm like, you probably think we're so fucking weird. Like
these two are weird. Let's get their take
basically
on this.
A normie has infiltrated the anime nerd fucking community, and I'm just like, oh, okay, like you probably think we're fucking weird.
I mean, she was very interesting. I enjoyed it. I thought that was pretty cool. I find it impressive that someone who's just been through like a lot of changes wants to just throw it out there and experience something new.
Yeah,
good for you.
Yeah, good for you, girl. We're rooting for you. And then finally the con ended. And we went home. Psych! We went to Little Tokyo after.
Little Tokyo is kind of like necessary for a Sunday.
It's a tradition.
It's so short. You want to keep going.
Yeah.
And that's where everyone goes.
There's like people in cosplay. Yeah. I always bring a change of clothes after. Oh my God. Like,
you know, I couldn't wear that color a second longer.
We couldn't wear that shit a second longer. After fucking 4 days, I was like, get this wig off me. Get me in some fucking flat shoes.
The audacity on this one. So the last thing we did at Anime Expo was we went back to that main entrance, that main hall, and took a couple more pictures, finished off a cute little TikTok, and then you were getting quite daring, I'd say. Well, you were like, how about you get on all fours? Like, just put your bare hands on this nasty ass floor and beg for me. And I looked at you and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was like kind of glad I didn't do it because I thought about it. I was like, ew, I don't want your hands to touch the gross floor. That's gross. No thank you.
And there were so many people there too. It was getting crowded, and then the security was pushing everyone out. It's time to go home. Yeah. The con's over. I was getting overstimulated, and you kept yanking my chain, and I'm like, okay, this is coming off right now.
But yeah, so we finally left the con and we pulled up. So we have like a tradition where after the con we go with my sister and her husband and we go and get ramen at a place called
Godfire. Shout out to Godfire in Little Tokyo in LA. They have the best spicy ramen ever.
Really good.
It is the best.
Yeah. After a long fucking 4 days at the con, dude, by the way, when I go get ramen, I rarely like finish the whole thing because it's a lot of food for me. I fucking finished that shit. I ate every drop and some gyoza and edamame. And we went and got the most delicious matcha soft serve after and donuts.
The donuts are pretty good.
Yeah.
Just how I feel when we enter the izakaya onsen. I have similar emotions when I go into Godfire. But in this, sense, I'm sad. Because this is my indication that it's over.
It's over.
And it's back to work. And it's back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity, ma'am spaghetti.
Yes. It's basically like the opposite, like you said, of Isekai Osa, where it's like, this is our last hurrah. We're winding it down after this. And after this, we're going to get in our car and we're going to drive back home and go to our apartment. And you know what, though? It was bittersweet, but there's something like calming about it. Where that's
why I make my ramen extra spicy so the pain makes me forget about it.
Yeah, no, literally, like there's something calming about it. It's like, I get to hang out with my sister and walk around in Little Tokyo, and we get to lovely place. Because we don't spend the whole con with my sister and her husband. They go off and do their own thing. So this is kind of when we can like reconvene and like talk about like everything that happens and like enjoy like a nice thing of ramen, and then we go and we walk around Little Tokyo, and then we eat dessert, and like it's just a nice way to close out the con. And we both agreed, me and my sister, we said like, damn, this year kind of flew the fuck by. Like that shit happened so quick. So I don't know if anybody else feels that way. Let us know if you do feel that way, because in my opinion, I just think as much fun as this con was and like all the cool like exhibits and everything, like, you know, and sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought a little bit, but long story short, it was really fun. It went by really quick. One thing I do want to note before, you know, we close everything out is this year the con was huge. Like, we had the Peacock Theater, we had the Crypto Arena, we had like the front part of the con, like they blocked off Pico Boulevard. Like, truly everything this year was so incredibly spread out, which definitely helped with like crowd control and whatnot. The one gripe about that though is that I genuinely don't feel like I saw everything for the first time this year at Anime Expo. 100%. I feel like this is the first Anime Expo where I didn't have enough time out of all the 4 days, and getting there, by the way, like right as it opens, like it's not like I was like pulling up at 1 o'clock. Like, no, like I didn't see everything, and I wish I would have had almost like another day, like almost like a full day of day 4 to really take everything in and experience everything, because by the time it was day 4, I was like, damn, dude, like, and I was watching TikToks like days after. I was like, dude, where was this? I missed this. And we did fucking steps. We did like 15,000, probably 20,000 steps every single day around this con. Like, we were around, and yet somehow we still missed stuff. Like, so that is like, crowd control is obviously more important, and I applaud them for, you know, spreading things out the way they did. It's just, it was harder to see and do everything because everything was so spread out and everything took longer to get to.
Yeah, so you're scrolling, you know, TikTok and the subreddits, you see people's cosplays and you're like, how did I miss you? Like, I wish I would have seen you in person. As for Anime Expo Crossing, where they had the food stalls, amazing. It was big. It was
really good this year.
I think I made some couple good choices for lunch because they had some good food. And I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I didn't really spend any time in the beer garden. I feel like that one was so out of place.
The beer garden was so out of the way that I was like,
you
honestly,
had to exit the con and
yeah, it was like right in front of the Peacock Theater, like, which, you know, like kind of out of the way, like near kind of like the Crypto Arena.
It wasn't connected to the con.
It wasn't connected to the con. It was like a whole different section, which is like good for like crowding, but like, you know, like I said, like, luckily the beer garden's not really one that I really give a shit about. Like, but
they had more beer.
It was super far out of the way compared to everything else. Like, which was crazy in my opinion. Like, you know, that just goes to show how big this con is getting. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in the future they added like a full day to day 4, because there's just so much to do.
I don't understand.
Like, I genuinely don't feel like 3.5 days is enough.
I don't understand why Sunday's a half day. I feel like
it didn't used to be.
That probably has like a legit explanation, you know, like,
well, it's for teardown reasons. Like, you know, there's just, they have to like tear it down and flip it basically. Long story short, I was
thinking maybe next year we can consider having our checkout date on Monday so we can just go straight into Sunday, because I feel like the only reason why Sunday sometimes feels even shorter for us, we have to pack and we have to like get everything ready.
But I'm ready to go sleep in my own bed by then. That's the problem. Like, dude, nothing feels better than like, listen, as much as sad as we are that the con is over, pulling up to the fucking apartment and taking a shower and I always forget
how good our mattress is.
And fucking laying down on our fucking mattress and cranking the AC. Oh, bitch. I think that is probably the best night of sleep I get all year. Like, I literally hit that pillow and immediately knocked the fuck out.
Oh, and my PC, my beauty.
Dude.
Like, I missed just
nothing is waking me up after I pull up home after day 4 of Anime Expo. Like, there could be gunshots, fireworks, earthquakes. Like, I'm sleeping through it. Like, I was knocked out, truly in a coma. And then I always take off the next day from work. So I took off Monday.
You have to, honestly.
You have to. Yeah. And my body was like, I felt like I was like hit by a truck. And then also, like, I was just like so lazy the entire day. Like, we
didn't unpack for 3 days.
We didn't even unpack for like 3 or 4 days because it was just, oh my God, it was so much. I think
Monday we just ate the leftover chicken nuggets and slept.
Yep. And that's how it goes because, oh my God, Anime Expo, it's an experience. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly though, I will say, besides the Sukeban, a really good Anime Expo. One of our best. Yeah. Like, truly one of our best. one of our best for cosplays, one of our best in terms of just like crowd control and experience, minus the Sukuban stuff. Like that just goes to show how good it is though, because Sukuban was such a fucking mess that I can even sit here and say how great this year's con was minus that.
Even though the Sukuban experience sucked, the whole con in general was like a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I had so much fun.
Yeah, honestly, it was. Like I said, I'm sad it was only 3.5. I say 3.5, but 4 days. Like, you know, I wish it was longer. I genuinely wish that, you know, I wish I had infinite stamina because I love it. I love being there. I love being there late. Like, I love seeing everything. I'm walking around, like, you know, and I feel like when I cosplay, like, it kind of impedes that. So it's almost like next year I want to ask myself, like, damn, do I really want to do, like, a really showy cosplay like I did this year, or do I just want to do something more casual? Because I kind of am I'm getting to the point where I'm like trying to value, like,
we'll balance it out. We'll figure it out.
I'm trying to value my time at the con versus like getting stopped for photos all the time, you know? So it's like I have to kind of think to myself, like, okay,
the new animes are dropping. There's going to be more,
yeah,
you know, options.
I think the new meta is finding a cosplay like Goth Mikasa, and, you know, where it's like it's still really good and you're proud of it, like, for yourself, but like not a lot of people are stopping you for it to take photos, but like you still look really good in photos. Does that make sense? I don't know, but that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. It's been like an hour and a half.
Then that was Anime Expo 2025, baby.
That was Anime Expo 2025.
And I'm sure throughout the podcast we'll talk more about like what lingers from the event, like how we found a couple of shows that we have to watch now that are coming up, all the merch that we're gonna hang up, all the merch that we're gonna wear,
we got a lot to say, so coming soon to the next episode. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. I want to know if you guys went to Anime Expo, if you agree with any of our takes, or if you had similar experiences to us, or if this was your first time going to Anime Expo. I'd love to hear what you thought of it, if you were overwhelmed, if you were underwhelmed. I genuinely love hearing people being like, oh, it was my first time, it was, you know, so great, or oh my god, like, no, this is not for me. But yeah, I think that's all we have. Do you have anything else to add?
I think maybe based on this year's experience, I always recommend it to people. I think I'm gonna stop doing that because I feel like sometimes this Anime Expo isn't for everyone.
It's not.
I think I realized that this year.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good realization. We can unpack that.
I'm learning. I'm growing, and
we can unpack that in the next episode.
And I will say that there's always something at Anime Expo that just blows my mind. Something new. It's never like the same for me.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. I'm Sophie. This is Brando, and we are the We Smell Good podcast, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, we're glad to be back. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, good.
Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to say, you need to follow us on our TikTok at We Smell Good Podcast, and listen to us every week on Friday on YouTube at 12 o'clock and Spotify as well. And follow us on Instagram at We Smell Good Podcast. Thank you so much. Okay, bye for reals.
Bye.